Do I have to resume on the allocated date? How many people are in a room? Like the usefulness of OBS or Red Cross. So that's one part I feel like a lot of people do not talk about. What exactly are the stressful activities in camp? But sweet gist. I don't think I ever charged in my market. What are the contrabands or the things they don't allow in camp? Don't say I didn't tell you. What you heard is true. Youth obey the clarion call. Let us lift our nation high under the sun or in the rain, with dedication and selflessness. Hey, Nigeria's house, Nigeria we serve. 𝗀𝗶𝗹, wah. Get ready, you're about to hear that over and over and over every single day for the next 3 weeks if you're about to go to camp. Hi guys, my name is 𝗀𝗶𝗹𝗯𝗍, aka 𝗀𝗶𝗹 the YouTuber, aka Abbas Abode. If you are new here, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I do all things adulting and lifestyle. So in today's video, I'll be answering frequently asked questions about NYSC Camp. If you have been searching for, don't worry, I have a playlist of NYSC content and they will be in the description box below. Without further ado, let's jump right in. One question: do I have to resume on the allocated date? So if you don't know, when you check your posting letter on the site, you'd be given an allocated resumption date. There are usually 2 days for resumption, so you're either giving the first day or the second day. So do you have to resume on the date you are allocated? No, you do not. You can resume on the day before, as long as so like for instance, if the resumption is 12th and 13th and you are giving 13th, you can actually decide to resume on the 12th. You can even resume on the 14th or the 15th. To be honest, I used to think, oh, people could not resume after the swearing in, that everybody had to come in before swearing in. But during my camp in Lagos State, Nigeria, a lot of people still resumed after the swearing in, and they just had to go and sign their documentation and all of that after the swearing in when they resumed. So yes, you can resume. You don't necessarily have to resume on your allocated date, as long as you have a genuine reason, to be honest. Can I skip camp, or is it just for married and pregnant women? Yes, you can. I was about to say no. Yes, you can actually skip camp, right? But you still have to come to camp to do all the necessary signing in and all of that, right? If you're a married woman or a pregnant woman, you have luck. You can fill all of those documents and submit it, and you'll be posted to the state where you are actually, where your family is located. However, like I said, everybody still has to go to the camp, registered and sign an exit letter and all of that to finally leave camp. So no, you do not have to be married or pregnant to leave. If you are sick, if you have a sick letter or something, you can also leave camp. And minus that, even if you don't leave on the resumption day, you can still leave a week or 2 into camp. NYSC, they don't play with your health. So if they see that you have one serious stomach pain like this, exit, please be going to your house. So yeah, basically. But I would advise that you actually stay to the end, because the fun in camp is at the end of camp, honestly. Is the food bad? Now, I would not be able to answer this question generally, because I went to NYSC Lagos camp and I've not visited other states before. However, for Lagos camp, the food is not bad. When I was going to camp, I packed a lot of provisions because I felt like I would not be able to eat their food. But I got to camp and they surprised me, because I actually ended up eating a number of their meals and not even finishing the provision I took to camp. So yeah, so what you can do is, just if you know someone who has gone to the same camp you'll be going to, just ask them about the food so that you know beforehand whether to pack provisions or not to. How many people are in a room? Like I said the other time, I would not be able to clearly state or specifically state, because I can only talk for Lagos, Nigeria. However, if you've actually gone to camp and you went to other states, you can actually tell us in the comment section so that other people are helped. But for Lagos camp, where I went to, we were about 28 in my room. Yes, I remember there were 14 bunks. You guys, the corners are so squeezed, and 2 bunks share like a tiny corner like this. So you're squeezing yourself to enter. So the people on the down bunk will put their boxes under the bunk, and people on the upper bunk will put their boxes in front of the bunk. But yes, in Lagos Camp female hostel we were 28 in a room, except for maybe smaller rooms or bigger rooms, which I really do not think we had. Do I need to pack a lot of provisions? I think I already answered this question. You don't necessarily need to pack a lot of provisions, depending on the camp you are going to. Depending on the camp you are going to, you might not necessarily need to pack a lot of provisions. Also, let me quickly talk about Mami markets while I'm answering this question, and it's the fact that I remember before going for camp, I used to think Mami market was going to be so expensive, but when I got there, it felt like people always say these things are expensive. It's a lot, quite cheaper, not a lot, but quite cheaper than I thought they would be. And then I asked 1 or 2 persons as well, and the food were not so expensive. For like 700 naira, you could actually eat a proper meal. Yes, with protein on it, except you now want to go extra. But 700 naira, you could actually eat a proper meal. I think a spoon was about 250 or so depending on your appetite. What is the usefulness of OBS or Red Cross? Before I went to camp, funny enough, I had heard so much about OBS, and it was mainly from my sister because she was in OBS. So the reason why a lot of people actually run to OBS or Red Cross is because of their posting, right? So a lot of, when you go to clubs like this, or when you are a platoon executive, you have the chances of actually getting a better place to be posted to, right? So that is why a lot of people always run to join these places, because they then ask you, oh, do you want to stay? If you are going to like a northern state, they could ask you, do you want to stay in the village or in the city? Or they could ask you in Lagos, like now for example, they would ask you where you actually want to work, and you could put down the name of the company where you want to work. And for many people, I think they were given the places they wanted, but I'm not so sure. But that's why a lot of people always run to these places. So you can join OBS. Another reason is because if you're in OBS or in Red Cross, you don't necessarily have to join parade. So for the first week or so, parade is compulsory for everybody. Then the soldiers begin to remove the people who are not good. So people run to OBS because you don't necessarily have to join parade, because you say, I'm on duty, I'm recording, or I'm doing something. But the thing is, if you don't join OBS, you can also still pretend not to be able to match well, and they will remove you by themselves. So there's that as well. I've heard a lot about 𝗖𝗁𝗰 and how boring it is. What exactly do they do? So basically, 𝗖𝗁 is the short form of skill acquisition and exhibition. I don't know, I'll put it on the screen. But they mainly come to lecture us, and not only even lecture. So I think what they do is they will bring representatives from different companies, maybe companies that have decided, or organizations that have decided to partner with NYSC. They give them opportunities to come and pitch their business to us, or pitch how they can help us. So you see, sometimes like 10 different companies will come. Oh, okay, so my name is this, I'm from this company, this is what we do, this is how we can help you. If you want to learn from us, or you want to do this, that's what they basically come to do, right? So, and then they also lecture. There are lectures that will go for 1 hour, 2 hours, and you must not sleep. If you sleep, you risk seeing your video online, or you risk being punished and told to stand up in front of everybody. But me, I still used to sleep, and I still used to press my phone. I'm very sorry. I'm not sorry. But those lectures were like, I'll need this. So you get ready, either go with a novel or something, just to keep yourself busy, especially when it becomes very boring, because it will be boring. Don't say I didn't tell you. What you heard is true. It's boring. But the fun part about 𝗖𝗁, which I think people do not really talk about, are the practical sessions. So it gets to a point where after breakfast, the lectures are for about 2 hours or 3 hours, and then the next 2 hours are for the practical sessions, and you can decide to join whatever. So there are Ankara crafts and all of that. There's shoemaking, bag making, cake baking, hairdressing, makeup, all different things, right? And many of these things you can learn for free, but you begin to pay when you need equipment to actually learn them. So that's one part I feel like a lot of people do not talk about. Everybody says camp is stressful. What exactly are the stressful activities in camp, and what are the fun activities in camp? So first of all, the number one reason why camp is very stressful is because of the lineup of activities. To be honest, some of these activities are fun, especially the sports, the games, the social nights. All of those things can be really fun, and just the fact that you're with like minds and all of that to a large extent. So I don't like minds, but the reason why camp is a lot stressful is because of the lineup of activities. So for instance, you're supposed to wake up by 4 or 4:30, you're supposed to be out by 4:30 or 5. Activities start from 5 till 10 p.m. right? So you only get maybe about 1 hour or 2 hours break in between some of those activities: your lunch break, your breakfast break, and your dinner break, right? Yes, basically, because once you are out by 5, you are not going back until 7:30, and it's for breakfast. You have to be out by 9 a.m. again. You don't go back in until 2. You are out by 3:30. You don't go back in until 7. Things like that are the things that really make camp stressful. But some of the activities are fun, like I said. But one advice I would like to give is to go with the mindset of having fun. To be honest, before I went for camp, I always used to see a lot of it so stressful, camp so annoying. And so before even going for camp, I already had this mindset that God, it was going to be so stressful, I don't want to go and all of that. But thankfully, about a month to when I would go for camp, there was somebody, her name is Della. Shout out to you. She went for camp, and she wasn't even online during our camp activities, but when she came back, the way she talked about it just pointed out the very fun aspects of camp, and just gave an advice of the fact that we should actually go to camp thinking of actually making it fun for ourselves. And I told myself, you know what, 𝗀𝗶𝗹, you're going to go to this camp and you're going to have fun. And I went to camp and I had fun. A lot of people were like, from your status, there's a lot of fun stuff, right? And you're one of the first persons I would see who talk about the fact that camp is this fun, right? So one advice I'd like to give is to go with the mindset of actually having fun. Because if you go with that mindset, you'll be stressed though, no lie about that, but you would have fun. Yes. What are the contrabands or the things they don't allow in camp? So yes, in camp there are a number of things they don't allow. If you bring it, they would seize it, right? And number one, they don't allow extensions, they don't allow adapters, all of those things. I don't know why, but you're not allowed to charge in the hostel. So you're supposed to charge in the Mami market and be paying money. But it's just, I don't think I ever charged the Mami market. I won't tell you how I did it though. I don't think I never charged the Mami market, never. But yeah, so you're not supposed to go with and I didn't go with extension. So you're not supposed to go with extensions, you're not supposed to go with adapters, you're supposed to charge on Mami market. The next thing that is a contraband is iron fork. So I think they believe that you might be able to stab somebody or something if you go with iron fork. So you can go with plastic fork, you can go with iron spoon, but you're not allowed to go in with iron fork. Next thing that I think is a contraband, because in like 2 or 3 of the states I've heard, and it happened in Lagos, are Crocs, right? If you bring Crocs, you can only wear them inside your hostel. You're not supposed to wear them outside, but they won't seize it. You just not be allowed to wear them into other places. You must wear your white shoe. Very annoying thing, but okay. What are the necessary documents or files or things needed for redeployment, reposting, and all of that? So you guys, I'm not necessarily an official. But first things first, if you are going to a state where you're familiar with and you want to work, if you can get a request letter before going, I would advise that you do. Because in Lagos camp, I don't know about many other camps, they actually accepted request letters a lot. So I would advise that if you can get a request letter from a company before you actually go to serve, please do, right? But if you want to do a reposting, you don't want to stay in their same state, I think they always ask for letters of I can't remember exactly, but I would put them on the screen for you to know. So the things you have to go with in case you want to do a reposting, you want to do a redeployment or stuff like that. You get it? Yeah. Alright, I think I've answered majority of the popular questions people always ask about NYSC Camp or post NYSC Camp. If there are other questions you have, you can ask them in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer as much as I can. So let me know, tell me, did I do a good job? Give me my accolades. Don't forget that I have a playlist of NYSC videos that you would enjoy and you would also learn from in my description box. Thank you very much for watching. I'm rooting for you. Go and enjoy your NYSC camp. Make it fun for yourself. Enjoy it totally and come back to gist me about it. I want to hear. All right guys, if you're yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up and leave comments in the comment section. Hi guys, I love you.